Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to do a face mask with my new pattern. This is probably one of my favorite patterns because it's full coverage for your face. It goes all the way underneath your chin and as close to your ear as possible. And this also has a nose wire so that you can make sure that there's no gaps in between your nose and your face mask. But before I show you how to use this pattern, I'm going to show you a little bit of tips and tricks on how to size up and how to size down on any pattern that you find on the internet or any one of my patterns. So what you have is just the one pattern that I normally always upload. A lot of people ask me, how do you size it down for a child, or how to size it up for maybe for a larger face mask? What you'll do is you'll take a strip of paper, and this is measured out to 1 centimeter. If you want to make a child's mask, I would recommend you cut this out to about 1.5 centimeter instead of 1 centimeter. Okay, and if you're doing it for maybe just a small child and not like a toddler, you can leave it at 1 centimeter. But what you want to do is grab some tape, just place it on there, and what you'll do is place it on your scissor, just like that. And this is going to be a guide for you when you're cutting out patterns. All right, so for example, here's my pattern that I haven't cut out yet, and if you wanted to make it larger, this edge right here will be where the edge of the pattern to be. So I'll show you guys how to cut it. So as you can see, you're using that to go all the way around. Okay, what I do is I cut off the paper. All right, so there already you'll have this size for the front, and then continue. So there's a larger pattern. Okay, and at the same time, if you wanted to make it smaller, just take the pattern and you want to go in. Okay, so now I'm going to go over a little bit about the new face mask pattern. What you're going to do is you're going to cut 4 pieces of fabric with this pattern, and you're also going to cut your cotton flannel or whichever filter you're using. All you have to do is fold this down, and that is the pattern that you'll cut your cotton flannel or your filter for the size. And what you can do also is you can cut out the little instruction part that I have on the top of the pattern sheet, because then you don't have to keep going back and looking to see what the measurements are. Okay, so once you've cut out your fabric, we're going to go ahead and put them together, and make sure that you have your fabric facing the right side all the time. Just remember that the curved, very curved part of the face mask is where the chin is, and the part that's not so curved is the top, because we got to remember to put our nose wire up here. So what you're going to do is take 2 pieces of fabric, make sure the print is facing in. You're going to put one on top of the other. Oops. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and clip that together, and I'm using hair clips. Okay, what we're going to do is sew down the curved line. And we're going to take our other 2 pieces of fabric, do the same thing. And on this one, we're going to lay our cotton flannel on top. And that's how it should look. Flip it over, put your other piece. Okay. Make sure that's lined up. Gonna clip it. because we're going to sew from the top to the bottom of the curved line. Okay? Okay, so now what we're going to do is sew from the top to the bottom of the curved line, and your seam allowance is 1/2 centimeter. Should look like that. And we're going to do the same to the other one. Okay, so what you're going to do is fold back the extra fabric to one side. I'm going to fold mine all to the left side and sew down the center about 1 millimeter. Okay, so that's what it'll look like. And we're going to do the same to the other. That's what it'll look like. Okay. What we're going to do is have your print facing in on both, and you're going to put one on top of the other. Make sure you have your fabric the correct way, because the chin part and the nose part is similar, but make sure you double check that. Okay, and now you're going to sew about 1/2 centimeter all the way this way, and then all the way this way. You're not going to sew in your sides yet. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to cut a little bit of my fabric off. Don't go too close to your stitch lines. A little less than 1/2 centimeter. Okay, so now you're going to flip this inside out. And at this point, if you want to iron it so that your fabric is nice and smooth and straight, you can. Okay, so I went ahead and ironed mine. Here is the nose part. Here is the bottom part where the chin is. And what we're going to do is take some pipe cleaners. If you have nose wires, great. If you don't, you can use pipe cleaners like me. What I do is I fold it in half and I twist the pipe cleaner. Okay, and I only take about 10 centimeters, so I'm going to cut the rest off. Okay, and what you're going to do is fold it one more time. Okay, and remember where your nose piece is and where the chin is. The chin is the part that's more curved than the nose part. Okay, what you're going to do is open this up. Okay, and let me make sure it goes all the way through. Okay, so I'm going to put my pipe cleaners in here. And you got to make sure that you go in between the fabric and the cotton flannel, the part that's not attached to the other. So once you try it, you'll see if you got the part that's sewed together. Okay, so here's my middle piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this piece here with my hair clips. Okay, bring the pipe cleaner to the top. I'm going to clip it here and do the same with the other side. Okay. Okay, and the end of the pipe cleaner, so what you want to do is fold it right where the end of the pipe cleaner is. And you're going to mark that spot. So I'm going to mark it with this chalk so that I know where I can stop sewing right there. Okay, let me make it more visible. All right, same with this side. Okay. So now I'm going to sew straight down, and it's going to put in about 4 stitches. Then I'm going to go all the way across where my next mark line is. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to keep my hair clips here until I get my stitches done here first. Make sure you backstitch so that it's strong. Just about 4 stitches. Pick up your foot, put it down. Okay. You'll notice it's flush with the side because 4 stitches in makes this flush for me. So I'm going to make sure I follow the same edge with my footer and my fabric the whole way so that I know it's an even stitch. And stop at the middle, turn a little bit. Okay, you see it's still gonna be flush with my footer. stop at my mark, turn, and back stitch. Okay, so this is what it should look like. And because I use chalk, this will just wash off or wipe off. But you can also see how nice and neat that looks. Okay, so now we're going to put our ear elastics in for our ear loops. Okay, according to the instructions, you can see that if you want to make them just perfect, I'm using about 6 to 6.5 inches long. If you want to make it adjustable for someone, then you can make it 7 to 7.5 inches long. Okay, first thing you want to do is tuck in your fabric right where the edge of the cotton flannel is. And that's why we cut the cotton flannel down a little bit shorter than your regular fabric, so that you don't have all of that extra cotton flannel to fold in. Okay. Once you fold that down, go ahead and place a pin in it or clip it like I do. Do the same thing to the other side. Because before I stitch this, I always want to make sure that both my ear pieces are the exact same length, because I want my mask to be as symmetrical as possible. So what I do is I measure it this way. I think that's even right there. So as you can see, when you lay your mask down, if you check, you can see that both of your fabrics match as far as the length. So that's where I'm going to sew in my elastic. Okay, what you want to do is take your elastic and about 1 centimeter in, you want to stick that in between your fabric, and take something like a pin or hair clips will be good too, and I like to just help push that in there so that it's lined up with this piece. You don't have to do this part, but I like to keep it as clean as I can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is sew down here and then add this piece in before I sew all the way. Make sure you backstitch over your elastic so that it's strong. Okay, I'm going to bring around the other piece, make sure it's straight, and I'm going to tuck it in about 1 centimeter right at the bottom. I'm going to use my little pin here to push so that it's perfect, and I can feel my elastic right here. Back stitch. Okay, that's it. Do the same thing with the other side. Okay, now if you want to make your mask adjustable, you can use pony beads like I did in my other video, or actually just purchase these silicone cord locks, and I'll show you how to use these. But these are very, very nice. You can put them on your mask that you've already made. Maybe you want to make them adjustable. The good thing about this is you don't have to undo any of your straps. You could just place it right on, and I'll show you how to do that. So what you want to do is get some thread. get a needle, and I'm using this really nice big needle that I have for crochet. Okay, what you want to do is insert it. So there's a big hole and a small one. You want to put it through the small one. Okay, and it's on your string like this. Go ahead and put it around your elastic, and you're going to go back in through the bigger hole like that. Okay, and you can take your needle off. So now what you have is this. Okay, and all you'll do with these is grab your silicone, grab your thread, and pull. So now you have an adjustable strap. We're using these silicone cord locks, and they stay in place very well. All right, so you can use these if you want to make your mask adjustable. Make sure that you cut out your elastic about 7 to 7.5 inches long, maybe even 8, depending on how long you need it. And if you wanted to use these with your regular 1/4 inch elastic, you definitely can. They fit perfectly fine. These are softer elastic bands, but they're also measured at 1/4 inch as well. And if you have a 1/8 inch elastic, you can still use it with these. I'll show you how they fit. So I've got my thread through, and these are 1/8 inch elastics. You can see they fit very well also. So I like these because if you've already made your mask, you don't want to undo your straps. You could just put one of these in there and they'll stay in place nice and make your ear loops adjustable. Okay, so we're done with the mask. You've got your nose wire in, and this is nice, and these are nice and breathable because your lips won't touch the mask, which I like. So makes it a little bit more easier to breathe. You can kind of see the shape already. It comes out a little bit more than your regular mask. I hope you guys enjoyed this video tutorial. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and please like and share. Thank you.